What's up, everyone? What's going on? Welcome to WTF What the Fright. It is a horror movie podcast, channel, show, whatever. But um, I think I'm gonna stop saying that because in the meantime, whenever uh stuff isn't posted and stuff, like shows, I mentioned in previous videos that I'm going to post videos here, just some random videos, some fun videos. Or even if it's like related to anything else. And today I thought it would be cool to not rank the movies. So this might be a little, not, I wouldn't say a little harder, but um, not rank the movies, but rank Jason himself. So when I am ranking every Jason in the Friday the 13th movies, excluding the first one since Jason wasn't in that one. Um, and excluding Freddy versus Jason, because you know technically it's technically speaking it's not a Friday the 13th movie. Really, in my opinion, it's more of a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Um, and hopefully you don't leave this channel after seeing this. But I'm not biased to this because I love Jason more than I do Freddy. But obviously, if Michael Myers is my favorite all time, but like Jason would probably be second, maybe, or it would be Ghostface possibly being second, but Jason is definitely either two or three for sure. But I'm not ruffle some feathers here, but Jason got his ass kicked in Freddy versus Jason at that end. If it wasn't for Laurie and them interfering, I I know Jason's already dead, but I don't. Freddy was putting in that work, okay? Let's be honest. Freddy was putting in that work on our boy, okay? Like, ah, like he was whipping Jason's ass, and I mean that with like, and I'm sorry, but it's the truth, and like, I love Jason, but old ass Robert England was putting that work in on Jason. But anyways, so we're going to be ranking every Jason from part 2, part 3, the final chapter, New Beginning, Jason Lives, New Blood, Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, and Jason X. But if this was a movie ranking, this one doesn't make a lot of sense, and a lot of people might disagree, but New Blood, which is part 7, sorry, eventually they stopped adding in the or they kept, I think at some point on some posters they don't have the Roman numerals put up or whatever, so it might get a little confusing. But part 7 Jason is my favorite Friday the 13th movie, just because that's the one he fights the chick with the telekinetic powers, and it's pretty badass. And plus, like, we'll have to wait to get into our list because I'm not biased about that movie, but that Jason is badass. I do love Kane Hodder's Jason too. I believe he was Jason for, yeah, he was Jason for 5, 6, or not 5, for 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, he was Jason for 5 movies, and I like his build and everything, and I think he made a great Jason, and his walk and everything and his movements. Like I think he made a perfect Jason. It's kind of like how uh James Jude Courtney, in my opinion, is one of the best um people to portray Michael Myers in the David Gordon Green trilogy. Like his movement, his mannerisms, and everything. Like I think I think he nailed that, and then the walk, and then like the look and everything. I just think he nailed that, and like I really do appreciate actors, actresses, whatever, who like in certain roles, like who can just like nail like mannerisms and looks and everything and walking and stuff like that. Especially like Michael Myers or Jason and stuff. People, uh, the ones that don't talk, but they can just like nail those mannerisms and everything. Like that's a big thing whenever it comes to like these characters that are just like immortal and all being. So without further ado, I have a bunch of tabs opened up. I did have a lot more, but you know, right here we have all of the movies, and you can see like you can see all the posters and everything. Um, but we're excluding 13th because I'm sorry, Pamela Voorhees, but you'd be at the bottom of the list. So I mean, let's throw Pam in there. I'm sorry, Pam. You were. I'll give it to you. That Kevin Bacon kill with the air with was it a knife or arrow through the bottom of the bunk bed? I think it was a knife. That was a pretty brutal kill. I'll give you that, but you're still at the bottom of the list. So now that we got her out of the way, and also too when I rank these Jasons, I don't want to be biased about anything, but there's just one that I'm kind of biased about. Okay, but um even I don't even think that one's gonna top the list, but uh I put it in like like raw power, brute strength, the kills in the movies. Um I mean, we've all seen like all the Friday 13 movies. So I don't have to go all over the kills. Like some of them I may point out some of the kills or whatever, um but a lot of the Jason kills and everything are kind of like the same or whatever. There is a kill in part 6 that's pretty dope. um but yeah, I'm basing it off of like and to like maybe like Jason's performance and everything. Not his performance, but I wouldn't say mannerisms because I feel like every person did Jason good. Um, but also too, Jason could run at one point, and then he became undead and he stopped running for some reason. I guess it just made him creepier, but he could still just like teleport or shift or whatever, like to where you're at, turn around. Oh shit, there's Jason. But yeah, we're really basing this off of like strength, brute force, or whatever. So like some of your favorite like Friday 13th movies or whatever, but I said it's not movies, it's Jason's. They may be ranked lower on this list. But as of right now, we're starting from worst to best. I have part 5 Jason at well, Pam got 10 technically. So at number 9, we have part 5 Jason. I cannot remember his name because in my opinion, excuse me, although like a lot of the kills in the movie are pretty unique. I think one dude gets like a road flare down his throat. Like I just don't know. I think definitely the weakest Jason in my opinion just because um he doesn't have that like Jason build like this brute force. Kind of like part 2 Jason or part 3 even part 4 like before like obviously like Jason was always undead, but he felt more human in like the in part 2, 3, and 4. That's what I mean. Like whenever I say he was still human. So if like you were like he wasn't human, he was dead. That's what I mean, and I apologize for that. But yeah, I would say part 5 Jason is at number 9 just because even I think Pam Voorhees would give him a run for his money, maybe. But I don't really have much to say. Like part 5 is like it's not bad, but it's definitely one of like my least favorites because it's not Jason. It's just some dude mad because I mean I get it. I get it. His kid got killed, but so at the same time, like where was he whenever like maybe trying to give him the best life or something, or kind of just being a deadbeat dad? But we're not gonna get into any of that. Anyways, on to number 8. At number 8, we have Part 2 Jason. Now, one thing I do like about this Jason is I think he uses pickaxe. Yeah, well, because in this image he has pickaxe, but I also think he uses a pitchfork at some point. So like, I like it whenever like killers in like these movies sometimes use different weapons. Like take Halloween Part 5 for example. Like Michael's using like um farm equipment when he's in a barn using a scythe and a pitchfork. Like, come on, like that's pretty cool. Okay, so like I don't hold it against him. Like obviously, Jason didn't get his his iconic mask. Didn't get his iconic mask or his iconic machete or start wielding machete till part. I may have got it in part 2. I don't know. I haven't seen part 2 in a minute. Because the earlier movies, like after or before part 6, are definitely like some of my least watched. But yeah, part 2 Jason, like some of the kills are cool. They're kind of, I would say, kind of basic. I mean, he does have some cops like chasing him down to the cabin or yeah. It's, uh, but this is what kind of helped establish Jason in a way. But like kind of like build him up because he gets away and escapes at the end of the movie. But um, he's also kind of weak and because I feel like he's like developing. I don't want to misspeak or anything, but he seems like kind of like childlike um in this one. Um, which I guess maybe in a way he would be. But yeah, he's he takes the cake at number 8. So on to number 7. Number 7, I'm gonna have part 3 Jason. Now you might be seeing a trend here. Freaking pop-ups. But you might be seeing a trend here. But I have part 3 Jason. And part 3 Jason I think is like one of like the probably one of the most iconic looks of Jason. Um he uses a machete, he uses an axe. Um and he runs fast. uh and he's pretty strong, but like he's not like a supernatural strong yet. But he's definitely more aggressive. I feel like in just and he uses a the fish not fit. He uses the fishing bow or spear in this one, so that's pretty cool. Uh, and then this is where obviously he gets his iconic mask, but he's just not brooding. He's kind of scary just because how fast this motherfucker is. Go if you don't believe me, go back, watch the movie, and see how fast this motherfucker is. If you ever play the Friday the 13th video games, like some Jasons can run, some can walk. The running speed for him in that one is not comparable to what he is in the movie. Man's has track shoes in the movie. But yes, this is going to be our. But yeah, this is the Jason I have at part 7, and it's nothing against this Jason. I actually do really like Friday 13th Part 3. Um, it's definitely one of my more watched. Out of like the ones before he became supernatural. Because when I see Jason, I'm just like brooding, supernatural, does whatever the hell he wants. So I'm sorry, Part 3 Jason, but you made the list. On to number 6. And at number 6 we have Part 4 Jason. It's called The Final Chapter. Um, I guess maybe it's called The Final Chapter because um this Jason gets, maybe I want to rank this Jason lower. I can't, cause I mean it could, but um, this Jason is. I feel like each movie Jason started getting a little stronger, everything like that. This one does have um some cool kills and everything. I believe this is one where he kills dude in the porta potty. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Um, but I'm just talking about on brute strength and like some of the kills and everything like that. If I was being honest, he could go to number 7, and part 3 could go up to 6. So like those are kind of like interchangeable. But I just started remembering everything about this movie, and I know a lot of people love part 4, but I low key hate part 4. Like I feel like it was just a boob fest. And I'm not saying anything bad about boobs, but like I feel like there was like more like sex and everything like that in part 4. Then there was Jason, and Jason also gets taken out by a kid, by Tommy, who shaves his head and makes himself look like his mom or Jason's younger self. I think it's Jason's younger self. Yep. But yeah, this one could be interchangeable with part 7. I mean with our 7 on our ranking with part 3 Jason, but I'm not gonna say this Jason isn't like strong or anything like that. But and some of the kills are cool. And I like the how it's like raining and everything in this movie, and so like I feel like it adds to this Jason's character. But I don't really have too much to say about this Jason. So at number 6, I could have said 6 several times, but I have Jason from the remake, the Friday the 13th 2009. Now, this Jason is pretty cool cuz you actually um you got I mean, the movie itself is cool. This Jason's cool cuz this Jason's like a hunter. And honestly, he he could be higher on this list, but like like I said, I'm kind of thinking about like strength and everything. But like, don't get me wrong, this Jason's strong, but this Jason isn't that strong. But this Jason is also more of yeah, he's strong. Like okay, he's strong, but it's more of like a hunter, which is pretty cool to actually see. Like he has like wires with bells all up in the forest and everything, and that way, like, if someone hits it, he can hear it, and he has like an underground tunnel system. Like this Jason is smart. This is probably the smartest Jason on this list. And if I were to put like some of the Jasons up against each other, he would definitely probably come out higher. If he's able to catch like most of them off guard, at least. But like if it came down to brute strength, I don't think he would last too long against like part 7, part 6. You know, definitely not Uber Jason. Uber Jason strong, but yeah. But as I said, it's not about movies or whatever. But 2009 remake with Michael Bay directing. It's pretty good in my opinion. I really wish it would have got a sequel to see where that would have went. But this Jason is pretty cool because like this is like Hunter Jason. Like if Jason was like a Predator from the Predator movies, like this would probably be like that Jason. Like he hunts, basically. So now we're coming to the top 5. So at 5, I have Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Part 8 or whatever, if you want to say. But it's funny how it's not movies. Sorry, we're just ranking Jasons. But anyways, yes, this movie. Can't say this movie. This Jason, I love the look of this Jason. Obviously, Jason. If you watch part 7, Jason needed to get a new mask after that one. But this Jason, like, looks cool, looks pretty cool or whatever. It always looks wet, which is cool. Pretty strong. uh, he's fighting a boxer on top of a building in Manhattan, and one swing KOs the dude, knocks his head off, and his head goes down into a dumpster. That's pretty funny. That's funny. That's slapstick. That's funny, and it's it's great. You know, this Jason also gets re-resurrected by a boat hitting a power line that is like a thick ass power line like this that is like under the water at Crystal Lake. So that's pretty cool, you know. This Jason is strong. Some of the kills are cool. Do you think he kills a chick with a guitar too? So, you know, nice, nice. So I give Jason props for that. So now on to number 4. At number 4, I am going to have part 9 Jason, or Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Whoever the hell thought of this movie, the concept of the movie is cool, but the idea of the movie is idiotic. But this Jason is strong. Um, Also, there's very many different variations of this Jason in this movie because, um, well, for the first time ever, we get to see Jason exploded, fucking A plus, um, and that's at the beginning of the movie. And then they eat Jason's heart. Jason kills people. Some of the scenes that this Jason, even though it's not Jason, but it is Jason, leaves behind, it's pretty crazy. And uh, so like it's kind of hard to like be like this Jason, but it is the same Jason throughout the movie. It's just played by different people, but the people that are this Jason have Jason's strength. I think the waitress at the diner gets an elbow to the mouth, and her whole like mouth like caves in, which is pretty funny. Um, I think he uh it's like one of the most memorable kills like probably in the series. Like whenever I was like looking at the little tabs, I was like thinking about that. I was like, that's funny. This Jason is strong. Also, this Jason is hideous. I mean, hideous. Whoever thought of the design for this Jason should be locked up or something, because this Jason is hideous. Um, but this Jason is strong, and also I'll give this Jason credit because I give this Jason a little more credit, even though I do not care for the movie that much. I give this Jason a little more credit, and that's why they're higher on the list, because other people had to act and play as Jason, which was pretty cool. And Jason gets reborn through a pregnant woman or a dead pregnant woman. So yeah, come on, we gotta put this Jason up a little higher for some stupid ass shit. So yeah. So we are rounding out to our top 3. And now some y'all's this list could definitely be different from other people's, and some other people could bring different points or whatever, but it's all cool. We all here to be entertained, or for like, you know, stupid, just to see how dumb someone's takes are, like mine. I know I probably got some stupid takes. Like part 7 Friday the 13th is my favorite Friday the 13th movie, or like Halloween Part 4 is my favorite movie, or not my favorite movie, my favorite uh oh, no, it probably is my one. It's probably it's my favorite movie just because. Anyways, I'm not getting into movies, but like yeah, I have weird takes and everything like that. Um, Here's another weird take, even though like we're not gonna talk about the director or anything, but I don't think that the Jeepers Creepers Part 3 was all that bad. The CGI was terrible, but it wasn't that bad in my opinion. It was different. Or even the remake, like they had a super low budget. The remake wasn't bad. It's watchable. It's not the worst thing I've seen. I hate Terrifier. I only got halfway through Terrifier. I think Terrifier is terrible. Now that's just me. It just wasn't my cup of tea. And we all have different cups of teas. Like some people like raspberry and everything. I just like tea with sugar. you know. Anyways, rounding out our top three, and this one's a little hard just because I feel like these three movies definitely have some of like the cooler kills and everything like that. So at number three, we have part six Jason. And this is the one where Jason gets resurrected by that pole or fence piece. Yeah, it's a fence piece that you see him holding because Tommy stabs him and then lightning hits it, resurrects him. It's pretty fucking dope. It's a dope scene. Like part six is also one of like my favorites to rewatch. Um, this Jason is dope. Uh, kills Tommy's friend at the beginning and throws him back into the. He falls in Jason's coffin. The way this Jason looks is pretty cool. Like this is before like Jason started rotting underwater. Um, this J like the this Jason is brutal and strong. Um, this Jason has two really cool kills that stick out like to me when I think this movie. The first one, he's in an RV and he slams a dude's head into, um, excuse me, into the side of the RV wall, and you see his face like come out, his face like come out the other side. Like, what? Like, is that even actually possible? I don't think it is, but it was cool to see. And then the sheriff in this movie, he folds the sheriff in half. Literally, he breaks him backwards and folds him in half. Oh, I love to see it. I'm all here for it. So yeah, this Jason is definitely more brutal and everything, but also gets duped by Tommy at the end by wrapping a chain with a rock on it. So yeah, but this Jason is definitely one of like the stronger, more brutal, better kills. So yeah, this Jason is at number three. And now on to number two. And at number two, we have part seven Jason of what's it? The New Blood. Yeah, this is the one where he fights a chick with telekinetic powers, which I'm all here for it. She beats his ass. uh, she like tries to drown him and electrocute him at one point. It's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, this Jason has some cool kills. This Jason, I think has the first time we see the sleeping bag kill. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Uh, has sleeping bag kill. Uh, has a it's like a party whistle thing or whatever or something. Shoved it into a girl's throat. It's pretty cool. um, this Jason is just brutal. Gets resurrected? What? By the chick with telekinetic powers because she thought it was his dad? Jason, you got a daughter we don't know about? And also, this Jason is ugly as fuck. I don't want to misspeak. But when that mask go off, that's an ugly ass Jason. That's another reason to get on top of this list. But also, too, like, um, I do believe Kane Hodder did do part six Jason. I could be wrong, but if not, he definitely did start um in part seven. And yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right. I could be wrong. I could fact check this, but I obviously that takes more time, not time, but more effort. But I love Kane Hodder's movements, the way he walks with Jason and everything like that in this movie, and he just the nails him in this movie, and I feel like this is like a perfect Jason. Um, and I see this Jason being able to stand toe to toe with every other Jason on this list and taking them out easily. Besides our number one, and if you haven't seen the number one, or if you haven't seen a certain Jason pop up on the screen, don't worry, you're about to, because at number one, rounding out this list, we have Uber Jason. Yes, we have Uber Jason. We have the Jason from Jason X, and look, this Jason is strong. And even before he gets reanimated, this Jason is like, I don't know. There's just a lot of things about this Jason that I really love, and again, it's Kane Hodder, and like the opening to this movie, he's like locked up or whatever, and they come back, he's not locked up, and these people try to run away. He just chunks a spear or something, and it goes through a guy. Uh, he's able to stab through a door that is like, I'm trying to see how I can do this in the it's like a mile thick. We'll over exaggerate. It's like a mile thick. He's able to stab his machete through it whenever he's put into a cryo chamber and stab this girl standing on the other side. And he gets frozen. And he's still breathing. I mean, not technically like he's frozen, but like, come on, like, what do you want from a what do you want from a movie, you know? Also, there's a kill in this movie. His first kill after he gets like unfrozen. He takes the chick and dips her face into, like, what's it, like dry ice or something or whatever that freezes her face, and then he slams it down on the desk and her whole face is gone. Like, what? And he gets a unique looking machete here too. It's got like a curve and everything to it. It's pretty dope. Uh, he knocks the android's head off. Um, he gets when he gets reanimated. This Jason, this Jason is knocking down doors, spaceship doors, like big ass doors. He's literally knocking them down. And we get another scene, another sleeping bag kill in this movie. Like what? Like what? This Jason, like, even if like you may not like the movie or whatever, but like this movie's cool, it's fun, you know? Even if you may not like the movie, you gotta respect the Jason. This is the strongest Jason on this list. Even before, I feel like even before like Uber Jason. But when it's Uber Jason, that's raps. I mean, he does get duped by was it Rodney or something? The guy's name at the end of the movie does get duped. But you know. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. I thought it'd be a cool little video. I am still working on my part 2 of the David Gordon Green trilogy remake one take. I still got to do part 2, which is gonna be like kind of like my version of Halloween Kills, because I have an interesting idea for ends for the part 3. So I'm still working on that, and also, excuse me, also have another idea. I'd love to like rank each killer like in certain franchises or whatever, each iteration of them. Uh, but yeah, I thought it'd be cool because like I've really only been posting like a bunch of Halloween content because obviously Michael's my favorite. But like, why not like post some Jason content? Because I know there's a lot of people out there that love Jason, and a lot of people are gonna hate this list, and that this video is almost 40 minutes long. I just like to talk. So I hope you enjoy this. And if you did, do me a favor, just subscribe. You know, share this. Comment who you would like me to see, or what movies you'd like me to rank or talk about, and everything like that. Because that's what I'm here for until we can start getting these videos up or whatever. But we do have some interesting ideas if we're able to do it. If my co-host isn't too busy. August is going to be Alien August if everything goes good. So I hope y'all have a good one, and do me a favor. Do me a solid and stay scared. I'll catch y'all in the next one.